Bucket of Coke, bucket of Coke, bucket of Coke.
Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode of FusioCraft. Out here I'm doing a lot of renewable harvesting, and I mean a lot. All I'm doing is taking down these trees, replanting, taking enough leaves where I can get what I need, but leaving enough so that there can be more saplings. And I'm not just doing that because I have this weird fixation on not leaving the world looking bad, like and empty and stuff. I'm also doing that because I actually need more saplings. I need so many saplings, but I need the leaves too, so it's like I need kind of an even blend of both. Today's focus is going to be mostly on the redwood forests that surround Calcite Cove and just the entire region in general. There's going to be a lot of work that I do on the path that leads from spawn to my area. A huge part of my vision for my area was going to be that you could like follow this lush and organic path to it. And so far, most of my focus and attention has gone to my area itself and not the lead up to it. So this is the episode where I'm really going to fix that. And with Calcite Cove, for the most part done now, I have no excuse. So I'm on a bit of a grind because not only am I going to need a ton of leaves, I'm going to need a lot of these ferns. I've planted so many trees so far and there's still so many more that I need to plant. And I have some custom sequoia plans that technically I've already started on. This is the start of the first giant sequoia tree. And this is a special one because this is the one that's gonna cut through the path. I've had this idea for basically the entire run of this series so far. And that was before we got the mangrove wood with its red texture. So that worked out perfectly. This is like the ultimate way to kind of give you the inside of a giant redwood tree. I'm really proud of the shaping that I've done for this tree. I think I'm constantly getting better at that stuff. I still need to finish it up top, which is why I gathered all of these leaves and logs. But this is awesome. As soon as I have this finished and decorated, this is going to be such a cool way to enter the area. I mean, from over here, you're just walking along the path. Look at that. That is so awesome. So you have to rush over and you'd be like, oh man, this is so cool. And then boom, right through the tree, you see the lighthouse right there, indirectly acting like a portal of sorts to my area. And of course, so it doesn't stand out as this one oddity, I want to add a few more giant sequoias around this area, maybe 3 or 4, but this is going to be the only one that goes through the path. This is going to be the only one that has this inside. Although definitely I still want to have some little details here and there that demonstrate that the inside is red. And along these smaller trees as well, maybe there'll be some areas near the base, the stump, that are like exposed red. So I'm going to work this up now. It has gone so well so far and I'm so excited to see this thing finished. The shaping is continuing to go well. I have built this tree up to the point where I think I can start putting in all the leaves on top. But before I do that, I just got a message from Mike asking me if I wanted to design a building in Sesame Street. So now I'm really interested. So last time I came here, I don't think this building was up. This is some building that appears in a K-pop video for a song that Mike doesn't even like. It's not a good song to say the least, but made for a good build. There he is. There he is. Yo, 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 yo. Am I being given free reign? Whatever I want to put here? I mean, I'm gonna keep it in line with the rest of the place.
I need a corner building. Keep it like, you can use any color blocks you want, but just like keep it simple. It's supposed to be like cartoony.
Okay, so I accidentally didn't record my audio during this bit, but I essentially boiled it down to an arcade design. I looked into a lot of designs online and I found and modified ones that I liked until I got it to the point where I was happy with it and I felt a little more original about it. I didn't come up with the armor stand thing for the knobs, but I did come up with using the chiseled blackstone brick for the coin slot part, you know? It genuinely does look like that bottom part, even with the little doorway that it would open up to. The fact that that bottom section and the top part are usually dark. And I'm really, really proud of using the frog lights as the screen. They look so good in this context. There's just one bit about this arcade design that frightens me a little bit, and that's that the best block in the game now for arcade carpet is skulk blocks, which means I have to go to the deep dark. I'm a little terrified, but I am open for the adventure. And you know, it's been in the game for like a month now. It's about time that I finally find it. It's funny to me that I'm finally going to the deep dark just to use one of the skulk blocks as a building material. And I like the arcade design so much that I'm thinking about bringing it over to Calcite Cove and maybe the boardwalk as well. Actually, in my notes for the boardwalk, arcade was one of my ideas, so It's funny. This arcade was always destined to happen, it seems. So I might build one next to the theater in Calcite Cove and move the food trucks somewhere else. I was already planning on maybe demoing that hill if I came up with something better, and it seems as though I have. Okay, so I found some stony peaks, and I started looking around in the caves beneath it. And sure enough, oh, sorry, bat. You hear that? You see that? The deep dark is right beneath me. Oh, it's right there. It's right there, dude. Okay, first of all, hell yeah, this is the arcade floor that I was wanting. I'm not hearing any shriekers. Can't really see what's down here yet. Okay, good. There's no shriekers in this area. Let me see. Can I mine this with Silk Touch? Okay, I can, but I think that's more of a hoe thing. Yes, this catalyst is really all I need, because with this catalyst, I can go and make my own skulk back at home. That being said, I do want to see if there's an ancient city down here, and obviously I want as much of this stuff as possible right now. Oh man, I'm really glad I found one myself. I had to look up, some tips about how to find them, and apparently they spawn underneath mountains. All I know is that this specific area is safe, so I'm mining this stuff out. Okay, I should be getting some of this skulk vein stuff too, because I love things that texture blocks. Okay, wow. Wow. There's something so unbelievably cool about this place, but also so unbelievably cursed. I feel like I'm staring into the end of the universe here. This place is so big that the server's render distance doesn't even see the end of it, so it doesn't feel like a deep dark right now. I'm keeping my eye out for shriekers. I know that you can surround them with wool, and that will kind of deactivate them. So I got myself some shears, and I'm going to collect a bunch of the wool here. Try to use that method. Here I go. Okay, I'm in. Man, the fact that we got one that intersects this huge cave shaft is really cool. And this big lava waterfall behind the, in air quotes, not a portal. I'm gonna just remove as many of y'all as I can. I think I placed this here. Yes, okay. They gave us the same exact stress as defusing a bomb in Minecraft. Because this one's covered up, it's not gonna shriek. And I think this is the only shriek around here, so all I have to do is... Okay, I'm being super cautious, but like, realistically, if a warden pops up, I'm just gonna fly over there, I have an elytra. Okay, I got 2 shulk shriekers in my inventory now, and I'm wondering, can you spawn wardens on the surface with these? I'm not even that big of a redstoner, but I really want all of these just to mess with them, I mean, as soon as I remove all of the shriekers, this is essentially one giant mob-proof base that you could utilize. Really hoping this is the only one around. Good. That was a bit of a gamble. Woo! No. Nothing, please. I don't want him to come around. Oh. You! I have not been able to open a chest yet. This is my first chest. Let me just minimize the sound. Nope! I'm genuinely terrified. This is the most immersed I've been in Minecraft in a long time. Oh my gosh. This is such a good update, dude. Okay, good. Okay, really good hoe with mending Silk Touch. It's like they want you to take all these things with it. I mean, I already came prepared, but, I'm gonna keep it real here. I think there's no way I'm not activating at least one of these. But I will still try. You know what? Knowing this place, there's probably a 4th one hidden around here somewhere. I don't trust like that. YOLO. Okay, good, it worked. Oh! Please, oh yes, Swift Sneak too. Ooh. No! I will fly away. Oh god! I forgot I had that texture back on! Genuinely such a great way to meet the warden here. Or should I say, Fred E. Where did my good pal Freddy Fazbear go? Oh, it's like he sees me. Okay, so I'm just gonna chill up here for a while, if that's okay with you, because I was trying to open that chest. No. No, you can't get up here anyways. Really? Your blast, your sonic shriek can't go that high up here, can it? Fuck! Oh my god, it can. Okay. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, it's a good thing I set my spawn. The darkness screwed me over. Just barely missed the lava. Okay. I got time. But I think that's enough for me today. Oh, I don't need all the fancy things in these chests right now. I'm actually, like, shaking. I'm shaking so much. I'm just gonna get all my stuff and get out of here. Dude, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. That's all I'm gonna say right now. After all of that, was it even worth it? Yes. I think it was. Check it out. Ba-ba-ba-bam! We got arcade floor! Yes, this is what it was all about, baby! So I've mostly designed the arcade by now. You can see here there's going to be a Dance Dance Revolution game, obviously. Here's going to be a crane game. I'm going to put a ticket counter here where you can earn prizes and stuff. Maybe one more arcade machine over here unless I think of another design to put in here. I'm really happy with the colors of this arcade section, and I'm going to keep the top half of this building a little more in line with the rest of the town. Most second stories are brick with these windows with white panes and andesite slabs, or in this case, these smooth stone slabs. I would just like to highlight here one of my new favorite features. I just keep finding new favorite features about 1.19, but I got that Swift Sneak Enchanted book from the Deep Dark, and check this out. Oh, placing things like this is so much faster now. I never thought about Swift Sneak beyond the capacity to search the Deep Dark faster, but this makes it so much better for building. Well, the arcade is pretty much done now, and I did my best to make sure it fit in with the landscape. The second floor is a bit of a continuation of what's going on over here. Currently, there's nothing up there. There's no way in there yet. I think eventually there will be with the building next to it. I couldn't think of a way to incorporate the second floor into the arcade in a way that worked, so I just kept the arcade to the first floor. And you go in here and you see I have this new machine. The crane game is now in here. Everything is all decorated. I'm really proud of this one. This is supposed to be like where you get your coins, your tokens. Most of this design was from the internet, and this is a very modified version of something I saw on the internet, so I still think this is, you know, mostly my own. But this one I entirely came up with myself, and I'm really proud of myself for that. Using the back of this golden enchanted helmet as the screen, pretty genius move on my part. Here at the prize counter, we have a bubble blower, we have a plush Nemo, a Brahman action figure, and a gun. An actual gun. I'm super satisfied with how this turned out, and I think it really fits the rest of town. When I look over here and I see these little shops and whatnot, and I look at this one, okay, there's a little bit more color to it in terms of the concrete, but I think that can be excused because this is an arcade. Arcades are supposed to be bright and colorful. But yeah, this has been my input into Sesame Street, and as you can see, there is some more expansion going on here. So that area is going to continue to flesh out. I want to get back to this redwood forest because this is still something I really want to do this video. I got a lot of work done last night. Let's come down here and check it out. The tree is pretty much done. I spent a ton of time shaping it, and I put in the branches up in there. Because the tree is so big, those logs actually do come off as like small little branches. And I've decorated the side with glow lichen to try to prevent most of the mob spawning. I can see I missed a spot though. Lots of moss growing up the side of the log, bushes and flowers, and I'm using these mangrove roots as like piles of like branches that have fallen from the tree over time. And ferns. Lots and lots of ferns. This is effectively what I've been wanting to capture for a while. I want you to walk up and you see this cool tree that you can walk through. You see the sign that introduces my area, and it's not until you walk through it that you see the lighthouse. So I've intentionally planted trees and placed a bunch of things down in this area so that you really can't tell what you're about to walk in on until you've walked through here. Now I just have to keep this sightline here as I build up a little more redwood forests all around this area. And from here, I think I might do another few custom trees here and there. Maybe. This one took a long time. This is the only essential one because this is the one you wanted to walk through. For the most part, I'm going to simply be editing the stumps of a lot of these existing trees. Like I'll come in here and I'll put in a little more of some stump blocks at the bottom, some moss growing up the side, some sections of tree that are like exposed mangrove stripped logs that look like that inner redwood color that I want to be apparent that, you know, this is a redwood forest. I hate Enderman! Why oh why do none of the plugins work? Why oh why? Oh, I can't wait for these plugins to be updated properly or me to just figure out what I'm doing wrong because... But yeah, I'm super happy with the way that this tree turned out. Look at this thing! This is the best tree that I've ever built. I'm not just saying that because it's big and huge and it took me a long time. Like, I think I got down the shape that I wanted to capture perfectly. Although, now that I mention it, I do see a little bit sticking out here, a little more than it should. It's such a sculpting process where you just go in and you take a few things off here and there. Like this. This is jutting out a little too much for my taste, so let's just, yeah. And immediately that problem I just spotted mostly went away. I basically went through and I made 3 major tiers of like branches sweeping out. And then on top, I did that kind of thing much smaller, all the way until you got to the top, the tippy top. So I finally fleshed out the path section leading up to that tree, and I put in this new sign here. So now both directions feels really cool leading up to it. I was playing with the sightlines obviously going in the opposite direction. So this direction, there could be something I could do. I'll think on it, but this... Oh man, this is amazing. All of my plans and ideas are finally coming together. I have made a very important decision while I was down in my caves, clearing up a bunch of area, collecting a lot of moss manually. I was thinking to myself, man, wouldn't it be nice if I had an actual moss farm? And I had a really good idea the other day. You know that whole Barrel Bay concept I was rambling on about? You know, like the industrial side of Calcite Cove? Well, wouldn't it be perfect to fill that place with farms? So I think a very crucial step to getting this redwood forest established is to start on Barrel Bay. So I say we clear this area out a little bit. We establish the first little bit of spookiness. Yeah, these things are gonna work nice for Barrel Bay. And then we lay down a few rudimentary farms out here. My idea is I'm just going to put these farms out here and I'm going to build the buildings that encompass them around their shape. The shape of the farms is going to dictate the shape of the builds. And I think that's a really cool way to kind of inform a design. Force myself to think of the build in a puzzle-like scenario. Why is that a dirt path block? What? I was thinking of saving this project for September, October, you know, Halloween season, but you know what? I decided sometimes I take a little long on projects, I abandon them for a while, so I'm just gonna start now, you know? I'm starting this project so I can hurry up and finish this project. Oh my god. I finally figured out where all the frogs went! I finally figured out the mystery! I still don't know how they got off the leads, to be fair, but at least I know where they all went. I don't know if this has something to do with their AI or something. It looks like there's a ton of animals up here in general, but we're on top of this hill right outside of town. There's a ton of chickens and cats and pigs up here. I don't know, there's something about this hill. This is weird. Like, I might have to turn this into a landmark. There's even a wolf up here. What is going on? Seriously, what is going on? There's a tomba? I mean, good to know if I want to put more green frogs in the nether. There's some easy ones to grab over here. Okay, what I was going to record is I finished up with the paper farm, at least for now. I might expand it. It's an expandable design. I used the super compact expandable design from Tango, and as you can see here, I've got 2 big rows of chests, and when, if ever, these completely fill up, they will all go and turn into bone meal. So you got all this sugarcane. And, well, I guess it flows down here. I don't know. There's not much to say. It's not my design. Maybe I'll talk about it if I design this, but I figure what's the point? The point is that, finally, months later, I have a renewable source of paper for all my rockets. I already had the gunpowder component. I don't know why it took me this long to do this part. I just always was manually getting paper. And as you can see here, I left another composter here for another farm. I want to put a cactus farm over here with a different shape for a reason. So I will have green dye for days, and as soon as I do, it will all become bone meal just like the sugarcane. And then, as soon as I'm stockpiling on a ton of bone meal, I can use that bone meal on a ton of things like lichen, the tall flowers, set up some stations for automatically converting all that bone meal into those greenery things. So the reason I want the cactus farm to be a very different shape from the paper farm is so that the build that this is going to be encompassed by has more of a unique shape. Like I was talking about earlier, I want the designs of the buildings here in Barrel Eye Bay, at least the ones that are going to be filled with farms, to be very informed by the shape of said farms. And I want to get some really funky looking shapes, some really industrial looking builds, like just like in real life, you got some really weird looking industrial buildings that only look the way they do because of the specific functionality of the building. I'm excited. I feel like I'm repeating myself, so let's just build this cactus farm now. And bam! There it is. I think I might make both of these taller, but for now, you got the idea. And there we go, just like what I was talking about. We got this perfect system going in here. I'm already getting several stacks of sugarcane. Yeah, things are coming in. So through all of my work in the area, it's gonna get to the point where it's overflowing in time. It shouldn't take too long, but it is gonna take some time. Now, I'm not entirely sure what I want the block palette and whatnot, the overall design of Barrel Eye to be yet. I want to go test that on creative mode later. But I do know I want it to be dark, spooky, and, you know, industrial metallic feeling. And this polished deep slate brick is pretty good for that. I know that this brick is going to be involved in the overall palette. But later on, when I get it more fine-tuned, I'm going to go back in and I'm going to make this farm look just as pretty as it is functional. Barrel Eye Bay got some new farms. You can tell that this building that's going to be around it is going to be a little large. No, you're not invited to the great unveiling of my new moss farm. Once again, I did not design this one, although technically I did the work for getting the bone meal up here myself. I don't know, it's a big pipe. Nothing too complex, but this is Etho's design. I have yet to turn it on. I have yet to see if it works, so let's load it with some starter bone meal. It's a self-supplying machine. If all goes well, all I have to do is flick this lever and everything will work. This will start firing the dispenser, which is where all of the composted moss is going to end up, you know, the bone meal that feeds the machine back. The reason I have this hooked up to the on-off switch is because then this dispenser would be constantly ticking, and that's, you know, annoying. But the main aspect of this on and off switch is to turn on or off the hopper clock. Oh, and I'm gonna have to get some of this cobblestone out of there. Like, I just gotta quickly replace that as soon as this is started up. But let's see if it works. Hello? Moss? Oh no. Oh, yep. It is working. I'm gonna need more stone. I'm gonna have to run back and get more stone because I have to get rid of these things of cobblestone. Let's look on top here. Oh yeah. It's behaving exactly the way it's supposed to be. This farm alone is the reason why I started all of this, because I need a ton of moss for the redwood forest, and I am so tired of going underground and manually harvesting it. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Oh, is this supposed to be a dropper? This is supposed to be a dropper and I'm dumb. Okay, but as you can see, get that out of there. We are getting moss. We are already getting a ton. All right, I put the right block here. Now it's actually spewing out bone meal, which feeds back up. I got all of the cobblestone out of the system, and I shortened the duration of the hopper clock cycle so that we are like almost maximum efficiency here. So now we are quite literally raking it in, like mad. I'm so happy I've been holding this off for so long and I never have to manually do bone meal harvesting. I mean moss harvesting, but technically that too. Although we do have that skeleton farm, I kind of don't need that for bone meal anymore. Yeah, so I think it's safe to say that I'm pretty much good on moss for the rest of the redwood forest now. I'll continue making farms here later when I continue my focus on Barrel Eye Bay, but I want to point my direction back to the redwood forest. Okay, I was gonna move this floating Fusio, but I've decided, for now, I'm just gonna break the pane that he's on. And have him sink to the bottom of the ocean.
Not freaking cool.
This is actual creepypasta. Fusio drowned.
You know what you could do? You could like put a block of iron and then like 2 chains and then put the thing, the armor stand on that, so it looks like he's like got thrown into the ocean with a
This is
big
a good idea.
thing around his feet, and he's just floating up.
I might have killed him. I want to put him at the bottom of the ocean on my spooky area I'm currently working on.
If you say Pirate Bay 3 times, you will summon Wokber.
Well, I could make it Kanye right now, but no, Fusio. That's the mission. Oh my god, the Fusio is actually terrifying out here.
Sometimes I see my iron golem in the corner of my eye walking around and I get scared.
Oh my god.
What's so funny?
I cannot put a conduit in this bay because that would ruin the effect of seeing him in the dark. I am triple Kanye'd up.
This section here is gonna be like outdoor dining.
I keep getting scared by my own shrieker. Well, that's gonna have to do it for this episode. I did not realize how long it was going on. I just finished a lot of the editing, and look at all of this. Which is to say, okay, there's not much, but I have been doing some stump work here. This is only the beginning. I thought I would really get this, done this video, but first of all, this is gonna be a monumental task, and you'll see what I mean next video. But, second of all, a ton of other stuff came up. I did the arcade in Sesame Street. I started on Barrel Eye Bay and all of the farms that are going to be in it. I went to the Deep Dark for the first time in the server. And look around here. Mike has majorly expanded this town in this direction. Look, now we have the starting work of a tunnel that's going to go here. It's going to be a facade. It's just going to have like black concrete at the back. But it's going to be like a cool corner of this build. And it's really going to remind me of Earthbound, I think. Mike made a few minor adjustments to my build, and I 100% agree with all of those adjustments. For some reason, I thought that these purple pillars, for the sake of the interior, there had to be 2 in a row, and I didn't like that, but it turns out I'm a big stupid idiot, and that wasn't the case. I wanted something over there so it wasn't just 2 blocks of purple on each side here. So yeah, this looks way better. Putting this block here, I think, divides this section up well too. Maybe we could put like some signs here, or for whatever the name of the arcade may be. And here Mike has started a park section, a nice open little area where you can kind of look around and see all the rooftops around you. There's been a little bit of talk about parking a certain food truck here. I gotta show you one of my new favorite builds in his town here. Look at this coffee cup. You got this restaurant here where you got like the outdoor dining section in the works. Very cookie style floor. It's already making me hungry. But yeah, between my recent improvements to my area, Mike's recent improvements to his area, the fact that Kyle's coming back, it's like, man, we're receiving a bit of a revival here. I've heard tell that even Spunk Mountain is about to be finished soon, but that's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you for watching. And in case you're wondering why I titled the video what I did, yeah, here's some context.
Call this episode QUANDALIA DINGLE, and then put this clip at the end of the episode, like at the very end. That's for the outro.
Now you know. Now all of you know why.
Based. Don't tell anyone. I will kill you.